The Insider Gaming app is the fastest, cleanest, and most personalized way to stay connected to the gaming world. Anytime, anywhere. Get all your news in one place with fewer ads, more features, and a design built for how you actually read on your phone. And if that's not enough, unlock Insider Gaming Premium or Premium Plus for ad-free browsing, personalized feeds, weekly subscriber-only podcasts, and so much more. Download the Insider Gaming app today for free on Google Play or the App Store.
Hello, everyone, and welcome into what should have been a nice edition of Insider Gaming Weekly, video game podcast, but it's not. Mike Straw, Grant Taylor Hill, A to the P, Albert Perkins. Tom is off somewhere dying, maybe or may not, of heat exhaustion. I don't know. He can't handle a little.
He's melting.
He can't handle the global warming, guys. But how are you?
Oh, man. I'm
Y'all
doing
are
good.
team players.
Yeah, we're definitely team players. We're here. We're holding it down. We're doing great.
I mean, I'm in a hotter part of the country than Tom is as well, and I'm you know, all I have a fan. There is a fan over here, yonder. I have no aircon. I have no cooling units or anything. I have a little fan blowing a bit of breeze. I'm still showing up.
I know, but someone isn't. I'm waiting for him to get in the chat and talk so much
I'm
shit.
sure he'll be here. Yeah. Just a matter of time.
I'm just
Ready for some footy. Oh, yeah, that's today, isn't it? Well, for
Yeah.
me, that's today. For you guys, I don't know if you care that much. I don't really care that much, but it's my countrymen, at least, today. But oh, wait, you guys you're out, right?
Wait, your country?
I don't know. I think you are. I'm pretty
Yes,
sure
we
you
are. We got
Today it's
eliminated by
Belgium
Belgium.
Today it's Belgium and Spain. You guys don't play till tomorrow.
Oh, is it tomorrow?
Yeah,
oh,
you guys don't even know when you lose to
See, that's what I mean. I don't even know when I'm playing. All I knew was it was some day at 10 p.m. I thought
We're
it was
potentially
today.
going
Not
to see monster trucks tomorrow, so I don't know if I'll be able to.
Monster
Sunday,
Jam.
Sunday.
Saturday.
Saturday. Yeah.
See, I'm a day in advance, man. I'm just forward on my life.
But other than that, how you guys feeling before we get into the depression stuff?
Man, it was a good week overall. Got a lot of stuff done, around the house and everything. That was a good thing. Positive stuff coming on the video side for Insider Gaming. Stay tuned for that. I mean, yeah, it was a solid week aside from all the negative stuff that came out of Xbox. But yeah,
And that was a lot. And we'll get into
Yes.
that.
Yes,
Let's
it
start
was.
off with some positive stuff. Monday, you might want to be subscribed to the Insider Gaming app. You might want a Premium Plus subscription starting at only $6.99 a month. Because on Monday, we are dropping arguably the biggest interview we've had at Insider Gaming. Would you say?
it's subjective, right?
It's
subjective, but in terms of the overall profile, I think it's the biggest.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Troy Baker is sat down with Grant for what was it, about 45 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, technically, again, because I did interview him a couple of years back, but it wasn't even for anything to do with gaming. It was a fringe thing. But yeah, we had 45 minutes, the longest episode yet of Access Granted, which is nuts. Because I mean, I thought the guy would be so. It took 7 months to get him on the show. 7 months of working with his PA and with a very packed diary. I became this close, literally a hair away from seeing the guy. We're at the BAFTAs together, but I just missed him. But yeah, it's great because it wasn't just usually Access Granted is like a very casual thing,
right?
Not a casual man. He's the most well-spoken individual I've ever communicated with in my life.
Oh, awesome.
He commands the conversation in such a way. I was just awestruck by this guy. Like we're talking about like art and like philosophy and all this deep stuff, and then like his insights on the industry that are just insanely good. Insanely like well thought out, genuine takes. He's so like wholesome, he's got so much time for people. Obviously once every 7 months, right? But no, he's great, man. And he gave a couple of juicy tidbits, so people, especially Last of Us fans will like to see what he had to say, because I could not leave that call without asking him where that all stands, obviously. So yeah, it's good. It's really good. Really good stuff.
We have that dropping. Obviously, we have a full catalog of episodes you can go back and watch.
Definitely.
We dropped yesterday the episode for free for everybody from a few months back with Chris Avellone. And I feel like, it's just perfect timing to drop that for free just because of the news that we'll ultimately talk about regarding Obsidian.
Phil in the chat talking about he was busy working for every game. It was actually really funny because when we were talking about it, I kept talking about games and particular things, and I was like, "Oh, you're working on that one. Oh, you were in that one. Oh, you were in that one, weren't you?" And it's just like I feel like every game we're talking about, I'm like, "You're." Did
it get awkward after a while? Like
it did. He took it in his stride. Obviously, he knows what he is. He knows and he was saying he's like. He's not just in. I mean, I'm not going to start going into what he said, but like for him to reveal exactly how much work he does, not just like voice work and acting, like all the other bits and pieces he's involved in. I don't know how that guy finds time to like eat. It's crazy, man. It's nuts.
Right. I couldn't imagine having that workload or being that in demand or having to use my voice that much. Yeah. Because I don't know if you've ever been inside a studio when they're recording voiceovers for whatever. It is exhausting to just watch.
Yeah, I was talking to like Tom Mackay, who was in an earlier episode of Access Granted. Like we were talking about the putting together Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 because the script was insane. It took them years to get it all done in the booth. It was just hundreds and hundreds of hours. And he said that like towards the end, they saved the really heavy lifting towards the end. And he said the last few days were literally just pain sounds, screaming, war cries. And it's like after that, you're done. You're just physically exhausted. You're so done.
Yeah. Throw all the honey and tea. All the honey and tea to be better. But that's not even the only interview we have going on. Next Tuesday in early access for our Premium Plus subscribers. Download the Insider Gaming app today on iOS and Android. Is my sit down with Felicia Day ahead of the relaunch of the Kickstarter for the Guild Reunion movie that starts on the Kickstarter starts July 20th. It came out today that it is the most followed movie ever put on the platform, and it hasn't even opened up to backers yet. So we have that dropping in early access on Tuesday. The full interview will be up next Thursday. You support Insider Gaming, support independent media, you get a couple days before everybody else. I was so happy. Like I had posted earlier, like I had never been nervous about an interview in my life until this one.
No kidding.
It was one of the ones that kind of starstruck me, and I had to like, dude, you're a professional. You've done this for almost 20 years. Like, get your shit together, you fucking clown. She complimented my mustache, made me super happy, but then she called me a dick.
Oh,
she called me a dick, and I'll give it a little tease.
What did you do?
We were talking about like playing co-op game, like games like Baldur's Gate or Divinity and stuff like that, like the D&D style games with friends. at co-op with friends. It leads to arguments, it leads to fighting. And I was like, because you got that one person that goes off and doesn't pay attention while everybody's strategizing. And I had to admit that I was that
say,
one.
You're that guy.
I see everybody. I was talking about like playing Divinity Original Sin 2 and my group, like we're all just, they're plotting. All right, let's go there. We should set up there. And I'm like, ooh, a barrel. And I just ignore everybody and attack the fucking barrel. And she's like, you're a dick. I was like, I'm the same way in D&D. I just go in. I'm so impulsive when I play these games. I'm like, oh, that looks fun. I'm gonna do it. So that drops in early access. Tom's here.
He's in the chat. Oh,
that drops in early access on Tuesday as well. We have a lot coming down the pipeline, and I'm super excited about it. But we do have some disappointing shit to talk about. Jason asked, do you agree or disagree with Sony's choice to discontinue the physical disc?
There is a whole special feature about that on our
God.
YouTube channel. Mike and I went at it. We had a cinematic cut made. We had like a director's cut of that conversation. It was deep, man. We went in on the editing front on that one. We put out a very special discussion.
go check out that video.
It was so good. It was so good. It was the first time an episode I got so enraged that I'm like, I need to stop now before I say something really fucking stupid. I got so heated. So watch that, Jason. Watch that on youtube.com/insider_gaming, a full editor's cut on that, or watch the full episode.
The short of it, if you want the full thing, like if you want just the little, what's they call it, the cliff notes or whatever. Mike, disagree, me, agree.
Yeah, there we go. But we do have, speaking of that, God of War, Layoff, Sony Santa Monica, is coming to they are releasing a physical copy of it, so guarantees the game will be out in 2027. We all had, there have been reports that it'd be out February or March of next year, so we'll see what happens. Curious on your opinions on CDs versus cassette tapes. Cassette tapes are so easily damaged. I never was a fan of them. Vinyl all day. That's basically what it is. Vinyl all day. But Xbox, we knew it was coming. Monday, it feels like a lifetime ago already. Monday happened. They announced 3,200 jobs being cut in fiscal year 2027. 1,600 of them that day. We'll talk about the other 1,600 as part of this discussion, but we had hundreds let go at ZeniMax and Bethesda. We had id Software, a lot of speculation on what's going on with them, to the point they had to put out a statement today.
Every time I hear someone talking about it, it's always ID Software. Thank you, man.
Dude, it's never been pronounced that. It's id.
But you'll be surprised in the last week how many people I've heard say ID Software.
Oh my God. Dude, that frustrates. Oh, that frustrates me. So we have id, we have Bethesda, we have Blizzard having cuts, Activision having cuts, every studio. We had the confirmed that Compulsion, Undead Labs, Double Fine, and Ninja Theory are either going independent in the case of Compulsion and Double Fine, or under new ownership, Undead Labs and Ninja Theory. We don't know who that new owner is. We should get that within the next month or so. And then Arcane, who is going through a consultation process because of French law. So there's a chance it gets saved, but they are doing what they can to save that studio and save Blade. There's a lot to digest here, and this is going to be a long discussion about this, but thoughts, aside from, our thoughts go out to everybody impacted because, your way of life is completely changed, even with getting a nice severance from what I hear. Xbox does give, Microsoft does give nice severances, but
what we've seen on socials as well, like some platforms like LinkedIn and stuff. I think, don't quote me on this because I might be wrong, but I swear I saw someone with 37 years in their role. That amount of tenure was let go.
Yes. We saw they let go Kevin. Yeah, it was Kevin LaChapelle, the architect behind Xbox Backwards Compat and cloud gaming. And that was the architect behind it. They
Behind
let go
it.
of so many long-time
And
people.
there was a lot of that, a lot like 20 years, 25 years, whatever. Like I saw someone talking about like Bethesda or whoever saying like, oh, they've been around since like Morrowind and now they're, and there was a lot of that, right? Classic insider gaming hating Xbox again.
Yeah.
Hey man, did you
Do
not
you
see me last
see-
week?
I was
Grant's
going to say, look at Grant's background. I can make mine green if you want.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
you can't hide that big PlayStation thing in the background though.
Yeah,
we
I
all
know.
see it.
I know. Yeah.
I got
man,
I got
I've
that
been
same
like-
thing. It's just in front of me.
but I think like it's okay, and this might be hot, but it's not all bad, right? I think I said somewhere like it's not all bad because ultimately it's about sustainability and it's about profitability and all these corporate buzzwords, but it is, right? Because I think Usher was very transparent in what she said about everything, how everything's been handled and how the company's been losing so much money. What was it 64 cents to every dollar invested or something?
Yeah.
And how they've got these mad management layers, like 15 management layers in some areas.
That sounds,
Which is-
when I read that, I got PTSD because when I worked at a large hospital in this area, that is what I had to deal with. I remember when I was a developer, I was a software developer for the hospital. My laptop or my desktop, because we still worked on desktops at the time, my desktop died. It took me 3.5 months to get a new laptop to do my development. So for 3.5 months, I would go into my office, and from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. or 3:30 p.m., I'd watch Netflix on my phone.
Jesus.
I did not have a computer, and because I was part of a union, which I do like unions, but because I was part of a union, I was like, I'll do tech support for the call center of the company. Like, I'll do that. I'll help out if they need something or whatever.
Yeah.
They're like, no, because you're taking a job from somebody else. And I'm like, I'm just trying to
help.
pull my hair out. I had hair at the time. I'm trying not to pull my hair out. And like, I fully understood the frustration behind that.
Yeah, exactly. So that was a big part of it, right? And then talking about how, you've got the over acquisition, underperforming, things aren't making the money they should, things are taking too long to get out the door. Like we look at something like Bethesda and they say, I mean, how many years, man? Like we're looking at Fallout 5 in like 2035 right now. That game isn't coming for many years because they're talking about exactly, maybe longer. It just seems bizarre to me that by the time it comes around, it could have been 20 years since Fallout 4. Which is just it's mind blowing. But like the
you could say the same about Elder Scrolls. How long ago was that?
Exactly, anything. 2011 was
It's about
Skyrim,
to be a decade from the announcement.
My God.
Yeah, exactly. They threw that one was a complete spanner in the works for them. But people saying folks at Bethesda saying that the game's being thrown into disarray, like Fallout 76. Like they're saying, someone was quoted saying, I don't know how they're going to update this game now with whoever's left. And they're now bringing in contractors to replace full-time employees. And they're having to train them up on tools they're not familiar with because they've got a lot of proprietary systems over there. So that's slowing it down, which might mean more delays. And the delays are going to be knock-on. So if Elder Scrolls is delayed, Fallout's going to be delayed. Not that it's probably not even some pre-prod state yet. And then it's like ZeniMax. They were saying, oh, yeah, now that the ZeniMax has been hit so hard, the future of the Elder Scrolls Online is coming into question, which is mad because
ZeniMax was one of the hardest hit on this.
Exactly. Hundreds. And they've just undergone a massive paradigm shift in Elder Scrolls Online. And I spoke to the guys at Summer Game Fest and they were full of excitement for where the game is going and for the player numbers and the updates they've got. And to then a couple of weeks later, it's like, well, the future of your game is now kind of shaky. So I think obviously all that is bad. That's the bad side, that is, you can't doubt that's a bit of a hard pill to swallow, but from like a corporate perspective, from a business perspective, it's huge, right? It's a massive wave, but it's really indicative, I think, of just how bad things have got at Xbox if they had to lay off that many and had to part ways with that many studios and they had to do this. So like, obviously it seems like a drastic,
a lot of really shitty decisions by executives punish
for years
a lot of really good people like this. This isn't like a 2 to 3 year. This wasn't a post-COVID terrible decisions post-COVID. This is a decade of terrible decisions on the Xbox leadership part. And it's one of those things you'd say, well, the executives need to go. Most of them have.
Yeah.
The only one who you could say he needs to go is Matt Booty, right? Like he's be the one that the one hang on.
The only one left. Yeah.
From then.
Yeah.
But it's sitting there like you had over 500 people at ZeniMax let go. I think the number's around 550, 600 when you look at all the warn notices. id Software had 136 people let go, but they put out a statement today that was really annoying. Kind of pushing back on reports that half the studio got laid off. Half the studio got laid off. Like the public warn notices confirm that. And they're saying like their team they have is the size of when Doom 2016 was made. Maybe it's hard for me to believe any PR statement that gets put out right now. It's very hard for me to believe it. But these decisions, like, it sucks for every single person who got let go. Luckily, they are getting severance. And I've been told, based on from people who were let go last year, that Microsoft gives pretty good severance for situations like this.
That's good. That's good.
But what sucks is, too, you're putting a lot of people into a market where the jobs are tough to find. Like, there are job boards out there that I've linked to in my resources that have, there's thousands of open positions, but you have all these people fighting for these positions. But you have people with this extreme knowledge being put out into the market now. Like, you have to, if you hire new people, you have to train these new people. So it's that catch-22 of like, you let go of these people, you bring in someone cheaper when you do ultimately hire more, but then how much are you going to spend in training them?
Yeah, and I feel like now we're going to see this like massive uptick in the number of like new studios coming up. Like we're going to have so many
that's
people.
The thing, not everybody can do that.
Exactly, but I think we're going to have so many people coming together, being like, you know what, let's just we'll start our own studio, and then it will be the games will start to emerge in a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever, and they'll all come out at the same time because that's after they would have got their feet planted.
I mean, that's what happened. That's what happened with Iron Root Games, a studio that was part of the Insider Gaming Showcase. That's exactly what happened with 8 Lantern Studios, the studio behind Toy Punk.
Yeah, exactly. And then
they were just like, you know what? Let's see what we can do. Let's
just make their own studio, and
what it's going to be. It's going to be all of the trailers are all going to start with from the developers of Elder Scrolls Online, Starfield, all of the Doom, and we're going to we know where you've all come from.
I know that's. And Xbox, this is another frustrating thing. They're notorious for 18-month contracts, but at the same time, when you sign an 18-month contract, that contract has an expiration.
Yeah.
So, like, as someone, like, when I was getting started in my development career, I only ever signed 6-month contracts because I didn't want to stick with a company. I wanted to help them get something out the door and then go on to a different challenge. So I signed contracts knowing this is it. Like, it's 6 months, it's 9 months, it's 12 months, whatever it was. And then I'm gone. So the contracts things are different. But Obsidian had 52 people let go. Obsidian had Avowed, the sequel to Avowed, canceled. Now, Avowed did not perform close to expectations. Canceled. The game was canceled, but they're going to have a very small team still working on a canceled game. I don't fucking know the logic behind it. But now they're working on a new Fallout project. And that's still, from what I've gathered, in the incubation stage. Like, I don't think they know what they're doing. I think they're trying to figure out what they're doing by the seat of their pants still.
And this is a weird thing.
Yeah, I don't think
it's a really weird thing, man.
Yeah, I don't think they actually have like a game plan at this point yet. I feel like they were like, okay, we're losing money. We're bleeding money fast. We need to do something so we can stop bleeding. What is the quickest thing we can do? And then
and that's it, isn't it? Put the investment into things that people actually kind of want. So like talking about Fallout, for example.
Makes
sense.
Great news.
It's great news. It's great news for me. It's great news for anyone that's a Fallout fan because Obsidian, New Vegas, and Josh Sawyer is leading it.
Josh Sawyer's directing the game. Yeah. So
he's been Fallout for 23 odd years. He worked at Black Isle on Van Buren, which would have been Fallout 3, but then he left and that was all binned off. And then he went to Obsidian when they did Fallout New Vegas and he directed that. So he's got the chops, right? But from everything that it looks like, what the indications look like, it's something completely out of left field that no one's expecting. From what I'm seeing, like it's nothing that people. It's not like a remake or a remaster of anything. It's something completely new, which is crazy to think. Like it could be something completely unexpected, a different genre or anything, right? The universe is wide open.
Yeah, there's
It'll
people
probably end up
wondering
being
if
Fallout Shelter 2 or something. But.
Yeah, there's people wondering if it's a New Vegas sequel. I don't think it's a New Vegas sequel.
No, I don't think.
I think it's completely.
Be.
People are wondering, will it align with the TV show? No, it's going to come out so far. It's so far off. They can't. Because try and align it with the TV show. You're aligning something that's happened.
The TV show they could, but that's more of a Fallout 5 thing because Todd said like Fallout 5 is going to reference or be related to the events happening in the television show. And the TV show, they have, they've got plans for more seasons, right? Like the next season, I think will drop next year, and then there's about 2 years for
filming
each,
now.
So yeah, exactly. So it'll be out next year. But like I'm very interested to see what Obsidian do because I wasn't a big fan of Avowed. I didn't like it.
I didn't care for it either. It was a game I was so excited for in the build-up.
Same.
And then I played it, and I went, I've played this game before.
And you know what killed it for me was the NPCs. No one moved. Everyone stood still. I was like, this is weird, man. They're all static. Yeah. No one walked or anything.
No life.
And the Outer Worlds was great. Like it was quirky.
I never played an Outer Worlds game.
It was like there was New Vegas in space. Like they had all the parody around the capitalism and the corporate stuff, and they had like you can kill anyone and be who you want to be and all that business. But I just didn't gel with it that much. So hopefully they do something decent and quickish in the Fallout space. Take a couple of years, give us something good. Don't rush it. But at the same time, if they take years to do it, everyone's going to forget it exists. And
here's something too that's come out through all of this: Xbox Game Pass. Has lost 4 million subscribers over the last couple years. No growth whatsoever. It has completely. I know there's still 30 million subscribers, but it's been on 30 million since they converted 12 million Xbox Live Gold members to technically Xbox Game Pass members when they converted Gold to Core.
Yeah, not good.
It went up to 4 million. And then you got to think when they announced that price increase, that's where they lost all of them. And they just never went back.
That's what I was going to say. Do we think it's just a pricing thing? Because I know I pay for 2. I think we've had this discussion before.
Yeah, even though there's a family sharing.
There isn't, though.
Continue that.
Because that was the thing. That was the thing. Because I was like, if they had it, I'd get it. And obviously I was paying like a silly amount and then they put it down and it was fine. And you'd think the price, because for me, I think Game Pass is a fantastic service. I think the whole Xbox Play Anywhere thing is great because for someone like me, where I've got like my PC, a laptop, I've got my Xbox, I do play games between like my ROG as well, my ally. I do play games between platforms. So having an Xbox Game Pass game on there with Play Anywhere and the bits and pieces, I like all that. And you're like, over the years, I can't tell you how many games I've played through Game Pass, especially day one releases. And I think it's a fantastic service. But yeah, I can't see why it wouldn't have. I mean, I guess fewer Xboxes, right? Fewer. If you look at the proportion to that, I mean, what is it on PS Plus? Like 50 million subscribers or something?
Yeah.
Compared to like 90, 100 million PlayStation 5 sales and X many PlayStation 4s. So it's like the base is bigger. I don't know what Xbox would consider like a successful threshold for Game Pass, but I was like 30, 40 odd million. That seems okay. But
yeah, it would seem okay, except when they had this goal of 77 million after the Activision Blizzard acquisition. Call of Duty did not bump their numbers they thought.
Well, biggest day one signups in history, but not as many as they wanted. So
yeah. And then how many of them left after their month expired? Or 2 weeks. Did they have a 2 week sign up? Because at that time, pay $1, get 2 weeks.
That's
how many. How many was that? And that leads to a question here for this: how much? And think about how much has the Activision Blizzard King acquisition caused all out of this? Where they spent $69 billion to acquire them, when that money, like I think it was Phil who said it in the chat. imagine if that money was used to invest in their own first-party studios and get these games like a Fallout out quicker, like an Elder Scrolls out quicker, instead of trying to do this for Game Pass when it's been a failure.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was their main goal. It felt like it was just acquiring all of these studios, and what has that got you? At this point, not much. A bunch of layoffs.
Hole in the ground. And that's a point as well, talking about the investment piece. Like, I don't know who someone said about Elder Scrolls 6, saying it looks great, it looks really, really good. I don't know who it was. Was it Matt? It might have been Matt. I don't know who it was. And they were saying like it looks great, it looks fantastic. Obviously they kind of have to say that. They can't say, yeah, it don't look that good, to be honest. Can't do that. But I worry about the quality of things, like especially at Bethesda Game Studios, right? I love Fallout 76. I'll put that out there. That in itself might be a hot take. I've loved it for years. I've got 1,000+ hours on it. Every time I speak to the guys,
but we know you have no taste, so
exactly. Like I'm always infused when I talk to the guys, and I'm like, this. For Fallout fans, I maintain it's a great game, even if it's not a Fallout game because it's multiplayer, But anyway, that's a discussion for another day. But like, I see that, and I'm like, yeah, it could be better. There are a lot of things that could improve. And you look at like Starfield, right? And it's like, well, that really wasn't as good as everyone thought it was going to be. And I'm like, what if Elder Scrolls 6 is the same? What if after all these years, people get it, they're like, it's not really that good. And then Fallout 5, we're waiting 10, 20, 15, 20 years. And we're like, well, it's not really that good. It's not worth the wait. Like, I'm seeing games come out from like Metro 2039, right, from 4A Games, because we're talking about post-apocalyptic stuff, and it's a fair comparison, Metro to Fallout. I look at a Metro game, Exodus, and then 2039 that's coming out next February. I look at Metro, and I'm like, Fallout could never. I'm like, you would probably never see a Fallout game looking quite as good and dark. Well, obviously, their thing isn't really like dark and morbid things, but like I could not see a Fallout game, and it sounds horrible to say because I'm such a massive fan. I can't imagine the next Fallout game being just as impressive as everyone would hope it could be. I just don't think they've got the ability to deliver a really good game anymore.
As long as they keep using their engine, no.
Yeah.
I also stand by this mindset. You talk about divisive and whatever. I don't think Skyrim's that good of a game when you look at it as a whole package. I think people find the bugs that a Bethesda game usually has, those quirky bugs.
I mean, when the running nickname is Bugthesda, something's wrong.
But but when you're taking this much time between games, it's just Bethesda, that goes out the window, I think.
Yeah.
Because there's no excuse.
And that's what was wrong with Starfield, wasn't it? Like
that's 20 7-Eleven exposed
exactly.
That's it. Involved.
It came out, and you know what really got me with Starfield was I was playing it. I got it the minute it come out, midnight launch. I was there on my living room floor at like 2 a.m. And I was playing it, and I tossed a grenade, and the grenade tossing sound was exactly the same as the one in Fallout 4. And you're looking around, and you're like, some of the assets, some of the animations and stuff, you're like, this feels like I'm playing a mod pack on Fallout 4. And I'm like, this is, and then the NPCs were weird, really, really freaking weird, so strange. And I was so disappointed after I'd given it the completion, and I was like, right, that's it, 100 hours. I'm now putting it away. I've never gone back to it. And and I'm like, if that happens to Elder Scrolls 6, if that happens to Fallout 5, I mean, I don't even know what I'd say, man. If Elder Scrolls 6 came out and it was on par with Starfield, we'd be like, nah, this is weird, man.
There's something
they shouldn't be allowed to make games anymore.
Well, here's the right. And here's the question though. Like, what happened then, right? Like, why are they having all these difficulties all of a sudden with like games that have been so successful for them for freaking decades, right?
Yeah, exactly. You think of something like Bethesda Game Studios. You think of this like, I mean, I like to think I've got a lot of stock in the company. Not like I'm an investor. I don't mean like that. Like, otherwise, I wouldn't be talking them down like this. But
well, that explains why you're such a shill. Breaking news.
Yeah, exactly.
I
revealed my investment portfolio. But I have.
How much did you get paid out when they bought Bethesda, Grant?
can't disclose. You have to go through my my financial advisor. But you know, I mean, look at when we were at Summer Game Fest. You guys were trolling me that Todd Howard was there, and I kept running over to see if he was. And like, I love the company and what they've done for the most part. But like, it just seems bizarre to me that something with so much stock and tenure and the profile that it does have is just, when we really look at it, I don't think they've made a great game I mean, I loved Fallout 4. Lots of people didn't. Maybe that's not the best example. Are we talking like Fallout 3? When was the last game they did that everyone was like universally like, this is a great game. This is a really great game. It's mad when you think about it.
Vegas was very divisive.
That was Obsidian as well. So that was
that was Obsidian.
Yeah. So that was like it's just bizarre to think that they've been
it might have been 3, but even
long.
then there were people that were pissed because, well, it's not 1 or 2.
It's not isometric.
Yeah. But it's like that. I mean, those people were the same type of people that were pissed when GTA 3 changed from
people don't like change. And these people that are pissed that discs are being phased out, it's like it's the same thing, man.
Listen,
like,
here we go.
Don't do this,
changed, bro.
Grant,
changed, man.
Grant, don't do this shit to me,
man.
I've been in a good mood. I'm freshly shaved. Grant, don't.
Let me get ready to pop some popcorn.
We're good.
Round
let's
2.
move on from that
Son
one.
of a bitch, don't push, don't.
But yeah, I think to cut my opinion on it, like, you know, the TLDR of it is like the whole situation with the layoffs and the studios moving off and do whatever. I think it's a very necessary adjustment. I see the evil in it. I see the misery in it and the sadness and the lots of thousands of people losing their jobs. And obviously it's an immensely disappointing place to be in, but it's necessary for Xbox to like survive. This is a survival thing now, you know.
Yeah, I mean, they flat out said the business is not healthy. The business sucks.
Yeah, big time.
You have half of the console base is the Xbox One.
Yeah.
You have far less of the console base as the Xbox 360. It's continued to go down. Granted, console sales in general are down because pricing and everything like that, but 34 million Xbox Series consoles are out there. 34 to maybe in an updated thing we'll hear like 38 to 40.
I have one.
There's not to be there hasn't usually I've been the one let me get all of them. There's never been a reason to get an Xbox Series X.
It's been relegated though. It's the bedroom console now, so it doesn't really get a lot of use, to be honest. But like for example, I'm using it now because I'm replaying Atomfall and it's Game Pass and so on and so on. But like I got Black Flag Resynced recently, digitally. I got that on PlayStation because that's like the living room console. So you know, that's where if I want to play a game and really enjoy it and immerse myself and play it to the best it can be played at, it's a PlayStation, right? So,
right.
Yeah, Grant, didn't you have the article this week about Xbox using Minecraft's profits to
that was a
fund their
fun piece, wasn't it?
gaming?
For years they were using Mojang's coffers to fund.
That's kind of how businesses work. You use the profits from one section to fund another.
Borrow from Peter to pay Paul, you know.
Yeah, it's just I'm wondering, like, that's just normal business. That didn't surprise me much. I think it's the case of
guys, wait.
There was nothing else.
We can buy AI viewers if we go
I saw that. I'm gonna put a call into the Discord for our Discord members. Link in the description below for moderators for our Twitch chat.
Oh god!
Because at least once or twice a stream we get something like that from a random account. Thanks for your engagement. We'll take it. But yeah, like they were doing it with Elder Scrolls Online, though that money has started to dwindle. Like it's still making money, don't get me wrong, but it's not making what it made. But the Minecraft thing, what was it? The story about under investing in Minecraft. I kind of see that. I kind of see that point. Minecraft has just kind of been there doing its own thing. I'm interested to see what this means for Minecraft in the future. Because Roblox sucks. Don't let your children play it. It is an absolute waste of a product.
Yeah. I mean, Minecraft is one of those things where I've never like been like I wouldn't call myself like a fan. I've got it installed on basically everything, and I dip in every now and then. I'm like, oh, let's have a look. Like I went on after they did the Vibrant Visuals update, and I was like, this looks incredible. This is insane,
right?
And I put everything up to like I maxed the balls out of everything, and my PC was like chugging. I was like, "This is nuts, man!"
That's
But
awesome.
Minecraft can do this right now. But like my son, he's almost 4, and he's discovered Minecraft, and it's his thing now. He loves Minecraft. He can't pronounce it properly. He pronounces it Minefart. It's quite funny, but he likes it. So I'm trying to follow it a bit more and see what they're doing with it and where it's going. And it's like one of those things where I don't have a clue what they could do to invest more in Minecraft, like Minecraft 2.
I don't know. That's what I'm super interested about. I really don't know. But I agree. Like there's probably more you can do to
Yeah, they've done some spin-off games. There's movies. There's
Minecraft
Dungeons
stuff
2
coming. So
they've got stuff they can toy around with.
But as far as the main game, and that's the thing, when Minecraft launched, like I was an alpha player. I would play it before it was cool. I was an alpha player and I was heavy. Like I was also a dick in that too. I got banned from Deadmau5's server.
It was just like 10 block types in a flat land.
Yeah, that's when I started, and it was the coolest thing ever. And then it just kept going and going and going. And then as I had kids, I started to peter out. And now,
do you remember all of the mockeries? Not the mockeries. That's the wrong word to use. All of the rip-offs. All the Mockeries. There was one I used to play years ago called Z Minor. And it was like Minecraft, but it had like zombies and stuff in it and like guns and whatever. And I remember playing on Xbox 360. It was like a couple of dollars, like a couple of pounds, and it was awful. But my friend and I really got into it, and it was so bad. And it was obviously,
we still have a Minecraft server, my group of friends. I
got a Realm subscription,
Yeah. We still have one that he hosts on his own local machine. Yeah, and it's running 24/7. We just go in time to time and all that stuff. Fuzzy. Instead of digital versus physical, we need Minecraft versus Roblox.
That's a very easy fight. Although, I mean, Roblox is really is a tricky one, right? Because I really appreciate how much money the platform can make the people that develop the games. Like, although some of them are awful, like steal a brain rot or whatever, obviously they make a huge amount of money for these developers, and there's a lot of innovation on the platform. Like, we do see some games come out that genuinely you're like, there's no freaking way that was made in Roblox, right? But the whole child safety thing, that just completely eradicates any goodwill generated by any of the games or the capabilities of it or the scope and scale of the platform. Like, it just, you take that and you've got this amazing potential for this living, breathing ecosystem.
It's just run by terrible people,
by diddlers,
It's just run by terrible people that harbor child predators.
Yeah.
So I just won't let them touch it. My kid Bray has asked about it. I'm like, dude, I will let you play whatever. Dude, go play Grand Theft Auto 3 and start blowing shit up. I won't let you on that platform.
Yeah,
no, I won't.
No way.
Where does Xbox go from here?
It's going to be like we've got obviously like the year, the fiscal year ahead.
I feel bad too. Sorry to interrupt. 1,600 more layoffs are coming, and you have to how could you give your full creative self to a job when there's still more coming? It wasn't all 3,200 at once.
Yeah, that's it, man.
And it might just drop
the next wave.
How do you give yourself to a company that way?
This was the thing that I thought of a similar vein as well. Like, obviously, they laid off 1,600, which was 50% of the 3,200. And then, quick maths. But then, so in some cases, people are saying that's like 50% of a studio, But what happens when they lay off the other 50%? The other 50% of studios? Those numbers don't add up. It's like, where is that? If they have laid off what seems like so many people at so many studios, like, what is there left to take from? If you've laid off 500 people at ZeniMax, how many more are you going to lay off out of that 1,600?
How many are coming from Blizzard? Because Blizzard was hit, but we don't know how much. Activision, all of the Call of Duty studios were hit. We just don't know how much.
Well, they had not to, I'm not being harsh or anything, but they had surplus, I feel. Yeah. When you see they've got like 2,000-3,000 people working on a single game. Crazy.
Yeah, so it's one of those things, like, we know more on like, we know more is coming. It's just, you feel like going in, it's like, am I part of it? Because you got to think, they're not deciding who they're getting rid of by now still. They probably already know, because the way they word it is, it's just too much paper.
I've heard they
Too much
sit in an
paperwork.
Office. I've heard they sit in an office with a table with everyone's picture on it, and they decide their worth by putting beans on their pictures. And whoever has the most beans, they get made redundant. I'm hoping someone gets what I'm talking about.
You might be right.
Does anyone get the reference?
I'm trying to think.
It sounds familiar.
The Office. You guys.
Oh, I never watched The Office.
Which part of which episode was that?
There's an episode where they're trying to decide who gets pay rises, and they go in a room and they have pictures of the staff, and they decide who gets the pay rise by putting the beans on their faces. Yes. And I can't hear beans now without thinking there's Kevin, the accountant guy. He's like, he just keeps repeating, "What does a bean mean?" Because he doesn't. What does a bean mean? He's slow and he doesn't figure it out. But it's one of the, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to put everyone at the Xbox studios. Their picture is going to be there. They're going to put beans on, and if you get too many beans, you lose your job. That's what they're going to do.
Yeah, I do wonder though, like when it comes to deciding, like they've probably already decided. Like they said they can't do it all at once because of just the effort it takes to let go of all these people. Basically, it's like the job's so hard. It's so hard to fire all these people. We got to do it later too. So I feel for them. Like those people, I feel just as bad, if not a little bit worse. Dan Paul, Playground Games. I haven't heard of Playground Games being affected with this at all. I wouldn't be surprised if they're affected in the next wave, but I haven't heard anything that they are, and I haven't seen anything from anybody else suggesting.
It's like that. Yeah. It's like that saying, man. I don't know who said it. I don't know. It may be like some philosopher or something. War does not determine who is right, only who is left.
Yeah. War. There's no winner. There's just who gets to tell the story.
Yeah, man.
Turn 10 was hurt last year. Turn 10 is just a support studio at this point.
Yeah.
But there's a lot with Xbox coming. Let's talk about some other news.
Yeah.
Quickly. We'll get to some quickly.
We've got like 10 minutes left on the clock. Jeez, man.
Well, I know, but I want to get to some good news too. I want to end with. I want to end this on positive. But we're gonna get to another story. I've been following the Project Over Ghost Recon at Insider Ubisoft here, and for Tom Wyves Guillemot's company. And I had reported a few weeks back that they had cut some features in order to try and make beta for November. Someone asked a question, push for November have anything to do with their 25th anniversary? No, the beta push for November has to do with the fact that they're crunching. But I'm looking at their calendar. Sources sent me their timeline and scope evaluation and what was specifically cut. Rescheduled features is a feature called the Camp Jammer, which is like an area of effect for your camps within the game. And then a hostage, something that involves freeing hostages. These features are needed for solo missions and could be used as well for operations. Initially planned post-alpha, it was reintegrated to the backlog. Cut features, proximity mines in the game were cut, were supposed to be in there. And then a feature called a workbench, which from what I understand was supposed to be, customizing weapons and tools and all that stuff. That feature seems to have been cut from the game for now. And then features planned, but not for day one of when they get to beta or alpha, which they still haven't gotten to yet, despite beta being pushed for November. The ability to, or hostage situations where hostages could be executed by NPCs, NPCs shooting from vehicles through windows, and then cryptocurrency, which would be a new currency within the game to buy things.
No, they're standing up another NFT storefront, man.
Who knows what that's going to be? But they'll be able to use military credits instead of cryptocurrency, whatever that is. But the things that were cut were proximity mines and this workbench feature. So,
which is nuts because there must still be some way to customize weapons in the game.
I was going to say, is it just going to be base weapons? Like, what are you going to do?
Because Ghost Recon and weapon customization goes back, man. That's like, what was it like when Future Soldier came out and there was that huge thing about you have like 1 million weapon combinations or something.
Yeah, and we'll see what that workbench. Like, my guess is that it'd just be a reduced version of what they had.
Yeah.
That's probably, it's still going to be in there, but it's going to be reduced. But that was sent to me. It's not a big update, but you know, when I see these types of documents and Sprint documents, I think, you know, people should know. People
Yeah,
wanna know.
the proxies aren't that deep. Proxies piss me off, to be honest with you. You enter a room and all of a sudden, boom, and it's like, oh, okay, you know. So I kind of get that, I guess.
Right.
But
Bouncing Betties, man. Who remembers?
Let's
those?
talk about some good news that's happened this week.
There was good news this week.
Yeah, Sony's CEO sold over half his stock following the PlayStation disc announcement.
Yeah, he's got some money in his pocket.
Made
What-
4.7
good for him.
million.
Yes, he does.
for
Yeah.
that
Like
guy.
4.7
Yeah.
million. All right. Let's talk about some other good news. Ubisoft Barcelona celebrated the launch of Assassin's Creed Black Flag by firing 51 people once it went gold. No,
Congratulations.
no.
Oh my God.
College Football 27 snuck in microtransactions to the single player solo modes and then doubled down on it. Now,
Have I written
Yeah.
any positive news this
hold on. I'm still going, Grant.
You got me thinking.
I think there's another microtransaction.
Black Ops 1 and 2 launched on PlayStation 5.
That was
And they want $40 fucking for them, plus $30
For each one.
for the
For
DLC.
each one.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There's another one. Battlefield 6 Battle Pass items that you missed are going to come back further down the line, but for a price, you have to
there's
pay
that
for
one.
them.
Let's see. Bethesda staff are going to hold protests over the job cuts. Let's see. What other good news do we have this week, guys? What other good news do we have this?
Arc Raiders is continuing to collapse under the weight of duplication exploits that are completely making it pointless to play the game, and Embark Studios just can't keep up. There's another one.
Asha Sharma, just after they let go of 3,200 people or announced it, she joined the U.S. Federal Reserve Advisory Task Force on Jobs and Productivity.
I have good news. A good news story. An upcoming Escape from Tarkov update, in a way, kind of adds sex. in a way. I'm not going to explain how, but yeah.
Guys, hold on. Let's see what else good news we have.
It's so
This
bad,
is part of our
Paul.
new good news segment. Oh my God, the headline. Yeah, I saw that. It was with therapist, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's
The ugly one.
Well, she's the only female in the entire game.
I don't care.
There's a bunch of modifiers
Yay.
coming out for the game's first season. There's going to be modifiers where you can pick positives and negatives. You can have like buffs, debuffs, whatever. And one of them is a negative called third leg, right? And this gives your PMC, basically means your PMC moves 1% slower, as if something is weighing them down. And Therapist, the only female in the game and a trader, gives you a 5% discount on everything, suggesting that there's a reason why she's giving you a discount, and it might be related to that thing that's making you 1% slower. So, take that to mean whatever you want it to mean, basically.
Let's see. What other good news do we have, everybody?
Palworld 1.0 has gone absolutely skyrocketing, and it's 500,000 concurrent on Steam. That's good news.
Yeah, I don't want that news. No. Perfect Image. Why is no one talking about digital ownership? Perfect Image. Thank you for the $2 super chat. I really do appreciate that. We talked about that last week to the point I got so heated I ended the show. I don't want to do that again. We have a super cut on the YouTube channel. You can go watch it and watch me lose my ever-loving mind.
Yes, these two went at it last week. Perfect Image.
And Tom and AP just sat there and enjoyed the shit.
And my microphone just fell down live on air.
Are you holding the entire
I'm holding it
arm?
now. Yeah. Now I'm holding the arm now. Yes.
Oh, the EU said there's nothing they can do about the disc digital future.
They said as long as consumer rights aren't impacted,
which I don't know how
companies
the
are allowed to
consumer
sell
rights aren't
things.
impacted, but okay. Again, I'm not getting into it.
Companies are allowed to sell and market their products however they wish.
What else do we have good news? Oh, some actual good news. Backyard Baseball is available on Mac and PC. And spoiler for my upcoming review, it's good. I enjoy it a lot, but I'm having my 8-year-old also play it. He's going to review, and he might make his debut as an Insider Gaming voiceover. We'll see. Night Owl, more good news. No milk has been stolen from a Blizzard employee, nor has the Bill Cosby. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
Thank you for the super chat.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, it was really hard scrolling through the feed trying to find something positive there. That's crazy.
Do we have anything else? Let's see.
Esports World Cup sold 100,000 tickets after it relocated from Saudi Arabia to Paris.
What a shock.
Let's all figure out why.
I don't know.
Gee, I wonder.
Safety?
Maybe because it's not a war zone, right?
Yeah, man. 100,000 tickets. That's crazy.
Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced has microtransactions, and Ubisoft says, deal with it. Don't buy them if you don't want them.
Good point, though. They are entirely cosmetic. You know?
Yeah, entirely cosmetic. I have no problem. It's when they turn pay to win that I have a problem.
Yeah, exactly.
College football.
Right.
That's my big thing.
Turning
What
into
did we see?
2K, man.
Palworld jumped up to over almost 500,000 on Steam today.
Yeah,
Good for
man.
them.
And I had a small interview, right? This is a niche thing that I want to talk about before we wrap, because this is
Yeah, of course.
I had a very small interview with a developer called Sipsoft, who are, I think they're a German team. They've been around since the early to mid 90s. And in 1997, they released a game called Tibia, which is an MMORPG. A relatively unassuming one, but still maintains, concurrency of a few thousand people at any given time. But it's probably the kind of game that no one's really ever heard of, unless you have heard of it. But I've been playing it for about 20 years on and off, and I absolutely love it. And their 30th anniversary is coming up in January. So I interviewed them about where it's all going, how they weather the storm, how they basically survive for so long when MMO games are they're not really having the best time. Anything live service is struggling right now. And there's a lot of feedback in there from them. And it's a really good chat that we had, but they were, shutting it down with like the whole, at the end of it, it was like, yeah, we hope we'll be here for another 30 years. And I'm like, I hope you will be too. But that's a nice feel good piece. Like in a world where so many games are being shut down or petering off, this is a game that has been going strong for 30 years and is still doing quite well for itself.
I think
that's not good.
I would hope, and this is kind of inside behind the scenes, I want when we do these types of stories to resonate with readers, because there are a lot of these stories out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then we do them and no one gives a shit.
Because it's a tiny game no one's really heard of. But
any good news, just in general.
Yeah.
The good news, no one gives a shit.
Let's have a segment every week where we specifically spend like 10 minutes, 15 minutes talking about the really good stories people might have missed.
I love that because, today,
especially
here's one really good
industry.
story. Really good story. Someone might miss. 7-Eleven has it for us. No one's been laid off today. But that's a fail. That's a farce. GameSpot held more layoffs and cut their entire commerce team. So Games Media has had layoffs today.
Jeez.
So unfortunately, 7-Eleven, you're wrong. All right. Do we have any more actual good news today?
Black Flag Resynced has become, in some places, the most successful Assassin's Creed game ever made, which is basically because it's the best Assassin's Creed game since Black Flag. So yeah, there's that. 2 million copies sold in a day and a peak of 100,000 on Steam, which is, I think Shadows was 64,000, and that was the previous all-time high. So
yeah,
that's doing good. It's doing what everyone thought it would do, right? So
let's see. What else do we? Is there any more good news? I don't. Man, the former Destiny and Marathon lead settled the $200 million lawsuit against Bungie and Sony. So get your money, buddy. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying. Toys for Bob wants to make a Banjo-Kazooie game. I'd love that. Subnautica 2 passed 5 million copies sold for a game that Krafton didn't even want to release when it released.
And actually, good news in a way that's related to the stuff we're already talking about, the Xbox stuff, right? The upswing. So Undead Labs, everyone was really worried about State of Decay 3 because it's getting to a point where it's really far along. I think playtests might be coming soon. They intend for it to launch next year, and everyone was like, they're going to cancel it because of the situation. But not only has Undead Labs been acquired, they've been funded post-launch. So not only is the game being made, it's basically guaranteed support with what they're saying. So I think that's a great thing. Even though the studio has parted ways with Xbox, there is no indication that anything is going to go wrong with State of Decay 3, which I think is fantastic because that game has been a long time coming.
Yeah, that game That game pissed a lot of people off when they heard when the Undead Labs report started. And they're like, if they cut this game, I swear to God.
That's it.
So I like
downside of that is it might
them.
not drop on Game Pass now. So
Which good for them.
Good for them because
by the way,
more money. But,
you guys saw the thing I shared in the Discord and whatever about that Mike Straw just gets on my nerves.
Oh yeah.
That was in reply to me putting out the story that hey, State of Decay 3 might not release on Game Pass because there's no legal obligation to it. That's what that was. Fair,
that would I could see how that would get on everyone's nerves, man.
Yeah, that's definitely my fault.
Yeah, like now that you shared the context of that, it's like even more bizarre.
It's hilarious. I feel like
AP still holding your mic arm up.
The news has been so great this week that my mic stand just couldn't handle it, man.
We should keep going for like hours, so he's got to hold it the whole time.
By the way, if you want to cancel PlayStation Plus over the physical disc thing, they're going to give you a discount. They offered me 25% for a year. Catches you got to play up front. So good news, you can save some money if you weren't planning on canceling, but you want to try and take advantage of it. You can go ahead and do it. And then Game Pass Wave 1. Gears of War Reloaded coming to Game Pass Premium. PBA Pro Bowling 2026. Let's go. Game Pass Ultimate and Premium and PC Game Pass. Yeah.
Mike, you're a shill for EA.
Wait, how am I a shill? Who called me a shill?
I don't know.
Oh, someone did. Someone did on Twitter yesterday in reply to my story about microtransactions and trying to debunk a fake statement for me that was making the rounds. I'm like, this is not a real statement. They're like, you're just protecting the corporates. I'm like, do you even know me?
Yeah, I was going to say they don't know who you are. Yeah,
he's getting us confused. That's what.
Yeah.
Clearly, God damn it, Phil. On that note, it's time to say goodbye. It's time to wrap up. We survived without heat exhaustion, Tom, and we didn't kill each other. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. You can find AP at the Weekly Wrap Up, myself at Mike Straw Media, and Grant at Newcov_. Stay tuned Monday. Sign up for Insider Gaming Premium Plus in the Insider Gaming app. Download the app for free. All you need is a Gmail account. Download it for free and sign up there for our interview or Grant's interview with Troy Baker. I forgot where I was going. And then early access to my interview with Felicia Day on Tuesday. We got a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline. AP, take it away.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for Grant and Mike. I am, of course, your host with the most A to the P, Albert Perkins. And we will see you on the inside.
Felicia.